All right, here we are, week 10 of the Clean Eating Kickstart, and it's all about protecting the progress you've made, guys, by understanding, I can't even stress it, the massive impact that sleep, quality sleep, chronic stress, cravings, what they all have on your energy, your mood, your performance, and your long-term results. We're trying to get in the weeds a little bit, but I don't want to get too technical. So if you've ever found yourself eating perfectly for a few days, and then all of a sudden you start reaching for junk food late at night or binging during a stressful moment, you're not alone. And I don't want you to look at it as weakness. I don't want you to look at it as failure. It's just how your biology works sometimes. So here's what we're going to talk about, what could be going on in that instance and how we can kind of take control of it, right? We're going to begin first talking about sleep. I talk about it with my one-on-one clients, talk about it in my group classes all the time. If you're sleeping less than 6 hours per night, likely your hormones are out of whack, your insulin sensitivity will decrease, and it's going to really do wonders on your willpower. It's going to cut it in half. And even one bad night of sleep can increase cravings for processed carbs and sugary snacks. Some studies showing up to 30 or 40% the next day. So your action step in regards to sleep this week is try to prioritize at least 6 hours. I'd love for 7 to 8 of consistent sleep each night. You're going to start winding down 30, 60 minutes earlier than you normally do. Dim your lights, get away from screens, try magnesium or herbal tea. If you've never done that before, it can help out a ton. It's one of the highest returns on investment changes that you can make to your I'm going to say this, to your whole health regimen is focusing on sleep. It is the underappreciated thing that will help you, long term. Now, next, if we're going with sleep, and now we're going to look about stress, which is kind of like a craving amplifier for a lot of us. When you're under pressure, your body releases a hormone called cortisol, and it's your brain demanding a reward, right? And that reward that we often seek nowadays is food, especially salty, crunchy, or sugary stuff. And the kicker is you're not really hungry, you're just triggered, right? So this week, we're going to try to not just eat better, but we're going to try to learn to manage stress a little bit better. So we're going to be sleeping a little better. So action step in terms of stress is choose a daily stress management tool this week, something that helps you out, right? It might be a 5-minute box breathing session. You can Google that. It might be a walk without your phone. It might be journaling or gratitude at night. It could be turning off your notifications after 7 p.m. It's something that is, if we can learn to kind of interrupt this stress response, you can prevent the craving spiral that will initiate inevitably from it. Now, more specifically on cravings, I want you to try to decode these and not demonize them, right? We all have it. They're not evil. They're just, I want you to think of them as information. When you have one, ask yourself, am I hungry or am I maybe tired? Am I stressed? Am I bored? Am I triggered? Am I avoiding some kind of emotion? Is this a pattern I fall into? Like, do I get bored at night? And so your action step for this one, so I got with 3 things this week, I know, is create a craving log. When a craving hits you, I want you to note the time. I want you to know what you were doing or feeling just before it happened, and what did you choose to do in reaction to it. Now, you don't have to be perfect with this stuff, but the better you get at it, the more you'll start to understand your patterns, and you'll be able to then attack it, and we can build better patterns around it. Now, I want you to feel empowered this week. Now, look, we all know that food doesn't exist in a vacuum. Our diet is affected by how we sleep, how we recover, how we manage the storms that we come through in life. And this week is really more about awareness over perfection. And we can repeat this week consistently, I think. But I want you to start treating sleep, your cravings, all that kind of stuff as part of your overall nutrition strategy, not just afterthoughts. Now, you're in the final stretch, right? We got a couple weeks left. And I think you're going to find out that this week's going to determine how well you can hold the line when life inevitably gets messy, right? Remember, you're not alone in this. Use the group, ask your questions. This is where we start to lock it all in, guys. Couple weeks to go. Let's get on with this.